No week here at Abbey's Run Equestrian is ever the same, nor is it ever boring. This past week, on Sunday, we went shopping for this odd-looking reuse item at our local lovely earth movers Mick from Michael Hansen Engineering. We spent a few hours cooking up some food for the week, as it's hard to have time each day after we get all the animals sorted. Thanks to our beautiful friend Beck from 60 Acres Golden Retrievers for helping us get started too with an amazing fish pie. The weather had improved, so with some careful planning, we changed the horses' routine from coming in every night to our big yards to staying out in the paddock, and they've adjusted really well so far. It was a beautiful sunset. On Monday, Ben went back to his day job after a couple of weeks leave and checked in with his physio on his dodgy knee. Neither of these things look like him at a lookout holding Charlie, his dog, but it's the best I can do for a photo here. The horses were all very relaxed after spending the whole night out, and Affy let us know that he's really quite enamoured by Rosemary, never mind the bees who are into it also. Ren, Flex and Affy had a practice of their team stationing up at the shed. Not ideal just now, as the space is even more limited than usual, so it needs a rethink. The dogs all enjoyed some new bones from Absolute Raw Pet Care in Wodonga, a shop we recently discovered and are loving. Fernando had his back feet trimmed. We do all our own trimming, well, mostly Ben does it, which is amazing. We had our second echidna train visit for the year, another pair which was very cool to see, briefly before we left them to it. I discovered it's almost impossible to find a free graphic silhouette of a horse from above, so I had to create my own using shapes in Canva to use in our Abbey's Run Equestrian members' Education Bite videos. Please forgive me that it looks slightly like a hippo in the head. I was struggling. I needed this image for our fortnightly Education Bite, our short, less than 15 minutes educational videos that this week was on the reverse round pen. On Tuesday, Ren and Affy had their first turn at loading onto the float together to munch on some lucerne. Then Ren had a solo training session working on his chin targeting. Rufus had his front feet trimmed. Tuesday to Saturday, I'm in our membership space daily, checking in with what's going on with and supporting our members. My little mate in the garden, a non-dominant male superb fairy wren, has kept up his daily chats with me. Our fencing contractor Steve from Ram Rural Fencing came to look at the next phase of our paddock fencing that we need done to stop our 3 escape artists from ending up where they really shouldn't be. We drove around and showed him what needs doing, got an estimate, and have spent the last few days chasing up fence posts and delivery of them. On Wednesday, I moved the training space for Ren, Affy and Flex's team stationing out to the paddock, so we had more space, and Fernando and I had a training session in our penthouse paddock, revisiting established behaviours. Ren had all 4 feet trimmed. I had my orientation with a local exercise physiologist ahead of starting some more clinical Pilates to regain some of my core strength that's wandered off over the past few years. Fernando continues his twice daily Ventolin for equine asthma and is such a legend at having it administered. Yay for cooperative care. Thursday, the horses had a day off training as I drove up to Wodonga to check in with my physio and realised when I came back in the driveway that all of our stone fruit trees are in flower. Friday, Ren, Affy, Flex and I continued the team stationing training in the paddock, reducing the session length and duration to simplify for greater success. The garden and property keeps moving into spring mode with the various wattles putting on their own annual show and garden plants getting their flowering on. The weather is feeling very spring-like, so I had my eyes out for snakes just in case. The dogs and I walked up to the penthouse to enjoy the sun and the view and continue building Bobby's confidence. On Saturday, the horses bought the morning comedy routine, letting me know that it's definitely time to start hose play for the season. I mean, the forecast was only for 20 degrees, but sure, they also let me know the wheelbarrow and stable fork needed rescuing after they decided that this was a new enrichment toy. Fernando got to start on the project that is eating down the grass under our remnant hilltop trees. The dogs and I went to check in on a plant that only grows in spring to see if it's up or not yet, as we try this year to identify just what it is. A new object was delivered thanks to Mick, our earth mover, and put into position, which is very exciting. Despite all of this, many hours of the week were spent as usual at the computer between Ben's day job and all our business activities that are mostly computer based and online. But showing you endless images of us at computers would be a bit boring, so we've shown you all the colourful stuff instead. Phew, and that's just one week.